Fusion power is fundamentally the power source of the universe. Every star, including the Sun, produces its light and heat due to fusion reactions. Tiny hydrogen nuclei combine with each other in a plasma at incredible temperatures and pressures, forming helium, involving no fossil fuels and nearly no waste. The mission of the fusion movement is to take this power source and make it a reality on Earth, providing clean, efficient energy for all our needs. Really, all that we're doing is catching up with the rest of the universe.
Why fusion? It's no secret that we need to stop releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere because we're making Earth uninhabitable for ourselves and other species. So that being said, we know the consequences of the climate crisis, especially young people. So I often ask groups of students that I work with, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say climate change? And they'll tell me things like wildfires, rising sea levels, droughts, more extreme weather, hurricanes, things of that nature. So fusion and renewables are so important right now because they offer hope and complementary solutions that will work well together in the face of these consequences. So imagine a world where there's a practically limitless source of energy for everyone that doesn't release any greenhouse gases, has minimal waste that isn't radioactive, and then it uses a tiny amount of seawater for fuel.
The simplest answer I can give you about what inspires me to be part of a project like ITER is my daughter. You know, we think in terms of the energy legacy that we have inherited that we know is destroying the planet. I mean, Kayla spoke about that really eloquently, and it's really nice to hear somebody at Kayla's age. Jane already made the point that Stephen and I are very old. So that the others are younger in comparison to the rest of you. And you know, I think about what we people of my age have inherited, and we have the chance with fusion to do something really rare, which is to give a solution, to give a better legacy to you all than what we inherited.
In this audience, everyone agrees that climate change and energy security are two very big deals that our and future generations will have to face. And this really comes from the last century when we decided to build our modern societies around fossil fuels. And even though this has brought a lot of good things, prosperity, progress, it has made people's lives better. This was maybe in hindsight not such a good thing. And we know that now, and we also know that we need to renew our entire energy infrastructure as a consequence. And this is not going to be easy because the problem here is that fossil fuels, it turns out that they're really efficient at what they do at producing energy for different our diverse energy needs, like say residential heating or car industry or electricity. And also the fact is that we're not going to stop using energy. In fact, it will increase as more societies develop, as we reach higher development levels. And if we want to sustain our lifestyles, we need an alternative that we don't have right now. And we have to really focus our efforts globally towards achieving this goal. And the interesting thing has been that historically, there has been a trade-off between, prosperity and energy and climate. And we think, and I think my colleagues in Fusion would agree, that technology is a solution to this, so that we don't have to decide whether we're environmentally friendly or prosperous society. And this doesn't mean that fusion is the only solution. So we need really a lot of alternatives, and we need to develop and implement them.
Climate change is not only real, it's coming fast, right? It's an exponential increase of catastrophic effects that will come in the future unless we decarbonize our world. And we have to use everything at our power to counteract this. So we need all renewables. I believe we need fission, we need fusion, we need baseload sources, we need advances in the energy grid. We need to put everything into this battle of climate change, and we need to bring everybody along.
Fusion energy is going to touch your lives. it already is in the form of sunlight. But fusion as a commercial energy source is all of our jobs, because it is one of the few disruptive options out there that we have not applied to climate that really could make that difference. So we have to make it soon enough.
We're getting very close to fusion burn in many, many concepts. And as we do that, the money from private industry is going to swell. Money from governments is going to swell. Let's get the science done as quickly as possible. I love science, but we're not in this for science. We're in this to make a power source, and the job's not done. And we just have to push through to the end. The end game is on, but it's up to us to push through.
We're trying to deliver to your generation something that is better than we inherited, a cleaner planet. And fusion is one of the ways we think that we can do that.
Fusion power is obviously going to be the future of energy. So especially when we take a youth perspective, it becomes clear why we want this. We have to think not only about the incredibly exciting next 5 years, but also what will happen after that. Fusion power is an investment in our future and the future of the entire human race.